Okay, here are my 5 audience.
Hi, good morning. My name is Maricruz Rojas, and I will be presenting my informative speech for my class, speech 1315. Here's my outline and my reference page. Did you know there was a president who was elected to serve 4 terms? That is 16 years as a president. Today, I will be informing you about Franklin Delano Roosevelt, an energetic and charming candidate, a man many said with future. I will discuss 3 main ideas about Franklin D. Roosevelt. I will begin by informing you about his background. Then I will continue discussing his role as President of the United States of America. And finally, I will inform you of the role he played during the Great Depression of the 1930s and World War II. How his genius inspired hope to the people. Let us begin by informing you about Roosevelt's background. Roosevelt was born in Hyde Park, New York in January 13, 1882. He was born to a well-known, wealthy family as an only child. His uncle was Theodore Roosevelt, our 26th president, of whom he followed the steps because he admired him so much. In this picture, we can see Roosevelt at age 1, 14, 31, 42, and 55 years old. He graduated from Harvard College, where he earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in history in 1903. 2 years later, he married his distant cousin, Anne Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt was not only the First Lady, she was the first chair of the United Nations of Human Rights. She helped expand roles for women in the workplace, as well as civil rights for African Americans, and many other things. Together, they raised 5 children, 4 boys and 1 girl. Their wedding was the most famous political marriages in American history. Here we can see Mr. Roosevelt, his wife, and his 5 children. Now let us discuss his role as a president. Roosevelt served as the 32nd president of the United States from 1933 until his death in 1945. He served as president while in a wheelchair. Due to a virus, polio caused an inflammation in his spinal column, causing him to be paralyzed from the waist down. This was very difficult for him due to his permeable prejudice humanity has against disabilities in its leaders. Here we can see Franklin standing tall in a campaign stop before he was stricken with polio. Roosevelt took presidency with the nation mired in depression. After promising the people a series of programs called the New Deal. And finally, I will inform you of the role he played during the Great Depression of the 1930s, as well as World War II. Roosevelt's New Deal created a welfare state. The New Deal responded to need for relief, reform, and recovery from the Great Depression. His New Deal expanded the role in lives of citizens. It aimed to restore prosperity to Americas. Here we can see Mr. Roosevelt talking to farmers about his New Deal. His leadership during the Second World War brought down the unbelievable high unemployment rates of the Great Depression. I just informed you about our ex-president Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I started informing you about his background. Then I continued with giving you information of his role as our 32nd president. And finally, I inform you of the role he played during the Great Depression and World War II. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was the only president elected who served 4 terms. Unfortunately, he died before his 4th term due to a fatal cerebral hemorrhage. In this last picture, we can see the Roosevelts take their last family portrait 3 months before Franklin's death in April 1945. Thank you.